All right, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, we got the one, the only, the Nola Po Boy right here live on the line. How are you doing this evening?
I'm good. I'm good. Nola Pope boy checking in was good.
I'm doing pretty good, bro. I hope all is well with you out there, man. You know what I mean? 2020 was a terrible year, but, 2021 seems to be getting a little bit better by the day.
Oh yeah. I got some big things that popped off. The day of 2021. So I can't talk about it too much, but yeah, it's been good to me so far.
But I gotta ask you, man, like, taking you back, because I know, like, a lot of people might not know a lot of the stuff we're going to talk about tonight, man, but, you've had a luxurious career so far in the music industry, man, but I gotta ask you, like, taking you back to the beginning, like, what actually inspired you to get into the music industry?
I mean, I always been like a fan of like art, just in the field, like drawing and all that. And I had like people like around me that used to freestyle. I used to be the one that used to make like do the beatboxing and beating on the tables all the time. My mom used to get tired of me being everywhere. But eventually, they like made me try to rap, and I was like, nah, that ain't my thing. And I used to like write poems and stuff like that. And eventually I started rapping, and it felt good because it was a way for me to express myself. And get stuff on my chest. And I went from there. And I've fell in love with it, had a passion for it, and ever since then, I've just been doing music ever since, bro.
And when you actually said, like, like your parents and them wanted you to get into rapping, like, what actually sparked that? Like, what did you just wake up one day and was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it, or like, did you hear a song that actually really got you into the whole hip hop?
Yeah, I was a fan of rap music, I loved it, but I didn't really think about doing it until I had physically, like, had a feeling for it. Like, I guess I got mad about something, emotion I had, and I put it on paper, and once you finally was able to hear yourself back and express it and rap it in the art form, that was giving my spark, to make me want to go ahead and do it. I always been around music, but I never thought about wanting just to rap. Like, it just went in me. It was just that moment of time I was in that made me go ahead and do it. I had the people around me pretty much like inspire me and motivate me. Go ahead, do it. And I went ahead and did it. And I just love the adrenaline and the feeling I get from it. So that was the spark then. I can say that made me that pushed me want to do that.
And also, you were actually mentored by the legendary Archie Eversoul, man. I was wondering, how did yourself and Archie get connected? And of course, what sparked that mentorship?
I mean, like, pretty much, my grind, like, my work ethic, a lot of legends, like, recognize that. And like, man, you be grinding, bro. And I had, I have now, he's my so-called manager me now, but, it's my little brother, that I be dealing with. He pretty much grew up with Archie. And, like, we met on some personal stuff that Archie was going through. And I ended up stepping up and was like, hey, you can, what I'm saying, roll with me, and it was on some real connection that we became family, and so it really just came on me meeting him through some of my people, and boom, he ended up meeting me and seeing how I did the music and seeing I was hungry and wanted to do it, and went ahead and just decided to mentor me and give me the little points and stuff to what to do and what not to do.
And I remember as well when he dropped that song "We Ready," man. I gotta say, that's my favorite Archie Eversoul song, man. That song's a slapper still to this day.
Shout out Archie Eversoul, yeah, he's still doing the thing, he still be doing the thing with the Atlanta soccer team, so he forever straight, the NFL using his song and everything, so he got a hit forever. That's what I'm trying to get to, so I feel good to be mentored by legends like that, but they don't just do that for anybody.
And also, you were actually a former artist of Little John and the Eastside Boyz. I was wondering, how did you get connected with Little John, and of course, what was it like being signed to his label?
I got connected with them when around the time like Katrina came to the Atlanta area, and I started doing a lot of showcases with label I was messing with, and he used to come to judge all the time, and it was like a partnership he had with the little showcases. So I kept coming and kept coming and kept coming, and eventually when you keep hearing the same name every time, you gonna pay attention. And he seen the grind, and I just kept doing it, and then I end up into some bad paperwork with a label, and he ended up seeing how loyal I was to them, and by kind of his heart was willing to, scoop me up and like mentor and put me on the road with them, and so it was like the best feeling ever, bro. Like, I grew up listening to their music, and now I'm like on the road with them, doing So yeah, shout out to Eastside Boyz, Lil John and them, my partners.
And also, I gotta ask this, man, because as everybody knows, Little John, he's known for partying, man. So obviously, being on the road, man, you had a lot of parties you'd had with Little John and the East Side Boys, man. So what's one of your most memorable party moments that you shared with Little John?
I mean, it was really a lot of them, bro. I can have stories for days, but like the one that really stood out was like doing 2 shows in one day, and that right there, I feel like I made it, and there was another one I did with 2 Chainz with the headliner, and there was a special guest in Myrtle Beach at the Civic Center. I was in front of thousands of people. That right there was like, that was a crazy feeling for me though. But really, it was like when I did 2 shows in one day, like went to one club, VIP, went to another club, VIP was like, yeah, you gonna tell me nothing then.
And also,
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that though. Like a lot of people, when they see that, it look like partying and having fun, but at the same time, it's like we working. We got to be on point. Got to be ready for when it's time to hit the stage and all that. Like, hey, it may look fun, but you working at the same time.
hey, most definitely, but it's not every day you actually get to work and get paid for actually partying and having fun, man. That's the dream right there.
Yeah.
And also, as you brought up a few moments ago about doing shows with 2 Chainz and whatnot, you actually did shows with 2 Chainz and Webby. I was wondering, what was it like actually, like just doing shows with those individuals, and did you get the opportunity to meet them as well, like after that concert?
Yeah. I mean, like with the thing with like Webby and them, like I was there in the same club with them and everything, and like I got to meet. It was like a quick meet. It wasn't like I got to chill with him afterwards. It was a quick meet. He did his set, and then we did our set right after. But it was a good feeling to be like in the same building of these folks and everything. That girl listened to it. Shout out Webby, one of my favorite rappers too. But it's just a good feeling, period, brothers, to be in the same room, to be able to enjoy the stage, and be on the same stage as these people that you grew up listening to. So I love that. That's why I love to do what I do. I just love to see people, doing something positive and doing something that's like, okay, what's up, bro? Hey, I'm a fan of you, dog. Okay, you want to keep doing what you do. That what inspires me to keep pushing and keep doing bigger and going to bigger heights. To hear these people I grew up to and legends tell me, hey, you got what it takes. Keep going. All right.
And also, aside from your music side of things here for a moment, I also noticed that you actually ventured into the acting as well when you actually landed a role in the movie Jack Boys 2. I was wondering, how did that role come to be for you? And of course, what actually made you decide to get into the acting side of the entertainment industry?
But like really, bro, like I just like when I was growing up, my folks always used to tell me like, man, you could be a comedian, but I never was no time to be no comedian. But that acting was always easy. Like before I really started taking a rapping serious, I was in a couple of videos of me just acting, and I don't know, it was just always easy to me, and I eventually was like, I always wanted to do acting. So I had a better dude, named Anthony Quinn, shout him out in Atlanta. He doing big things. He got a lot of celebs in his first Jack Boys movie, and ended up seeing me and reached out to me and was like, hey, I got a video or a movie I'm shooting, and I got such and such in it, Waka Flocka in it too, and you gonna be involved with it, part of it. I'm like, yeah, sure, 'cause I'm all about promo. Anything that can help promo, boom, did it, had fun with it. Hey, it's something different. It's just, that's art too. Like anything that's art, entertainment, I love to do it. It don't matter what it is.
And also as well, I have to ask you, because I read something as well that you actually kind of did a commercial as well, but I never really got, like, I never heard what the commercial was. If you don't mind me asking, like, what was the commercial for?
That's funny though. It was pretty much, bro, like I was in Atlanta one time and I was headed to a show. I had just picked up one of the Eastside Boys and was headed to the club, and he was talking to me. I just got this car. It was a T-Top Camaro. I missed that car, just got it, and I was driving to the club, and I guess a female was texting and driving, didn't see me, was in my lane, ended up hitting me head on. So we ended up still going to the club that night, but we didn't tell the lawyer that when we made a put a claim in, and ended up getting money out of it. And the lawyer firm I went to, they pretty much got my money after everything was over with. They called me a month later and was like, hey, we shooting a commercial. We'll pay you to come out to talk about your case. I told them when I done, they asked me a few questions. Boom, did a little sound bite, did a commercial, and they aired it on TV. That right there was like my first little taste of fame around the local area in Georgia, because everywhere I went, like, hey, you the dude for the Ken Nugent commercial, like pretty much an accident commercial. That's what it was.
And you know what I gotta say as well, you know what I mean? It's also good that you did that as well, because you all kind of had like the, how do I put that? Like you kind of knew what it felt like to actually get into an accident. Like a lot of those individuals that do those commercials, they're just a paid actor, right? They probably never got into an accident in their life, but you had that vibe. You like, you know, you lived through that, so you could really actually like tell the listeners like, yo, this shit happened.
Like when it was crazy when they sat me in the chair, and it was like when I see it, how you see it in the movies is how it is. Like they sat me down in the chair, and it was a whole makeup table. There's a number of makeup on her, and two ladies walked up to me and started putting makeup on me. And I tried to deny it, like, I don't want no makeup, but you have to. When you go on TV, they gotta hit you with a little powder, you know. And I had two makeup ladies come up to me, and one lady walked up to me with a contract, and you know, it's a release form to tell them getting a permission to put it on TV and all that. That right there was like, I felt like a movie star, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. And I was like, okay, let's do it. And like that right there was like, okay, I can actually. A lot of people can experience that, you know, and actually say they've been through that, you know. So I'm blessed to say I actually went through that right there, and to get paid to do it. As soon as you walk out and finish doing a commercial, boom, they hand you a check and say thank you. I told them many times.
And also, you actually had the opportunity to collaborate with the legendary hip-hop duo, the Youngbloods. I was wondering, how did yourself and them get connected? And, of course, what was it like working with them?
Same dude, my partner Southside, that got me hooked up with Archie Eversoul. You know, he grew up with a lot of these people, and he part of Poor Boy Entertainment, my little label. I think he's going to release soon, launching. But he pretty much, he grew up with him, and I had really did a song with J-Bo, the other young boy, shout out to Youngbloods, did a track with him first. And I don't know if he let him hear it or whatever, and I ended up reaching out to Sean Paul, and he ended up reaching back out to him, like, let's do a little track. And like, we did a little track, and we shot the video. You check the video out on YouTube, no fuck around, you know, featuring Sean Paul, the Youngbloods. And we went right there. That's Sam, too. Shout him out.
And I remember when the Youngbloods actually dropped Cadillac Pimpin', man. That was my jam back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Look at that.
And also, man, as you mentioned a few moments ago about Po' Boy Entertainment, you were actually the founder and CEO of that entertainment company. I was wondering, what actually made you decide to start your own label, and who do you currently have signed to you right now?
What made me start there, bro, like, I've seen a lot of, like, inspired to how Master P started his label, and pretty much, like, just anybody, like, having their own company and being the CEO of it, you know, and that to me is inspiring. You know, I inspire everybody to start their own business and everything, work for yourself. You know, everybody wake up and go to work and clock in and make money for somebody else, and why they get rich, and why you slaves just to get by. You know, might well open your own business. So that would inspire me to want to do my own company. But currently, I'm not really had nobody signed for me, but I'm looking because I got little situations I got going on myself. You know, that I'm trying to finalize first before I really launch my label and start looking for actually signing artists. But I am scouting right now. I'm not busy. I have nobody signed to me right now.
So I want to ask as well, because we do have a lot of underground artists and independent individuals that do listen to the station. If they do happen to listen to this interview right now, whether it's live or on demand, how do they actually go about getting a hold of you to actually maybe send a demo to you to see if they can actually catch your eyes and ears?
You can contact me on Instagram, you know, the Nola Po' Boy, D-A, Nola, N-O-L-A, Po' Boy with an I. And pretty much, I'll send you over to management, and management will get in contact with you with the email to how you can submit, stuff like that. But right now, currently, I'm not submitting. I'm not accepting demos, you know. But if you want me to listen to your music, just contact me on any social media site, Nola Po' Boy, and some management will get in contact with you. We'll go from there.
And also, man, January 2nd, 2018, you actually dropped the LP titled Po' Life. I gotta ask you, man, what's the story and inspiration behind that phenomenal record? And of course, where can our listeners snag themselves a copy today if they haven't already done so?
Po' Life, that's really more like a mixtape, but that's free online. You know, you can get it on SoundCloud, YouTube, all that. Po' Life was like a time era. I was like really going through some struggle, you know, went homeless and all that. And that was like really me talking about the experience I was going through. And I felt like this was, you know, I'm the poor boy, so it's a poor life. And that you get a little taste and snippet of what I was going through then, you know. So I can tell you did your research too. You brought that up.
And I got to say, man, that LP is actually phenomenal. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't heard it, make sure you go back to the archive and actually check that one out.
I appreciate it. A lot of people do. I ain't really promoted that too much, but a lot of people have told me like they like that CD right there. Like there's a lot of good hits on there. I'm gonna re-release a lot of stuff once I finish up with paperwork I got going on and everything. But yeah, check that out. Poor Life.
And another great one that I noticed on your SoundCloud as well is actually 18 Bags, man. That's another phenomenal project that you did. Yeah. That was when I was on my mixtape. I'm working on a new mixtape now, but I ain't rushing that though. But yeah, 18 Bags was more like time era. Like every CD and project I drop is a time in my life, you know. So 18 Bags, that explains right there. I'm just gonna say all that. Just check it out, 18 Bags. And also, your newest single is actually featuring Jody Breeze titled Build Up that I'm actually going to be spinning right after this interview on the radio station. But I was wondering, how did yourself and Jody actually get connected? And of course, where can our listeners buy or stream themselves a copy of that single right now? Man, it's crazy, bro. Like, Jody Breeze is my favorite, one of my favorite. Well, pretty much he's my favorite rapper, bro. And it was like, it happened, bro. Like, I tell my people all this, like, they tell you, man, like, all the time, like, it's crazy how it happened. I had a dream. You know how sometimes you have a dream about doing a song with your favorite rapper and everything, but I had a dream about it that we did it. And then one day I reached out to him on email, and he hit me back. And the thing about Jody, he don't mess with a lot of people, you know, so for him to reach back out to me, he was watching me or he heard of me, you know, so he reached back out to me, checked me out what I had, went ahead and did it, you know, and came out to the video shoot, and we checked the video build up on YouTube, you know, just released about 2 months ago. That thing, he came out and like told me to keep doing what I do. And I told him, kept telling him, bro, you're my favorite rapper, bro. I appreciate you even coming out and supporting me and even doing this song with me. Like I ain't nothing. I respect anybody who grinding and who really want to do this and everything though. But yeah, you can check the single out on Apple Music, all streaming platforms, or Nola Poor Boy, Build Up, Joe Breeze. It don't matter how you do it. So you can buy it anywhere, Amazon, anywhere. Just search me, Google me, it don't matter, it's gonna pop up. And I gotta ask you, man, what is next for Nola Poor Boy, man? Like, did I miss anything during this interview? Anything else you still want to talk about or promote while we still have you here live on the Canadian airwaves? Shout out my people, TRU, C Murder, Couple, G De Niro. You know, that's my people too. And some other things I can't talk about that's in the making right now, but y'all finna hear about it soon. You know, right now I'm working on some new music. I can tell you a little bit about it. It ain't released yet, but, you know, there's a couple snippets you can check out on my pages and stuff on my social media. It's called Challenge, produced by Night Will Made. Shout him out, you know, and but it's coming soon. But yeah, I got some more music coming and working and some big things popping. I just can't really speak on it right now. Hey, it's completely understandable, man. You know what I mean? Completely understandable. You can't let too many cats out of the bag. Oh yeah, never can let everybody know you're moving silent. It's better. Hit it with surprise. And also, Nola, this is the time in the interview that I give a chance for the individual that slides into the radio station airwaves. Just a chance to give shoutouts to whomever they want to give shoutouts to. And of course, man, your social media handles. That way our listeners can follow you and stay updated everything Nola Poor Boy if they're not already doing so. Yeah. Check me out. Nola Poor Boy, Instagram. That's DA Nola Poor Boy with an I. Google, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. It don't matter. Snapchat, D4Boy9. I mess with Snap, but I ain't really into it. I play around with it. But you want to reach out, features, anything, you know, just reach out to me, man. You can get in contact with you know. And I gotta say, man, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy evening and coming on 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM. It was an absolute honor and most definitely a privilege, man. And I hope down the line we can make this happen again sometime soon. Oh, yeah. Appreciate you, bro. Don't stop, bro. Good work. Hey, man, most definitely, brother. Have yourself a wonderful night. Yeah, you too, bro.